I am the Red Cyclone! Ah!
Yo, check this out.
Welcome to another episode of the Kids Better Ride Square podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mark with the mic.
No Scott Steiners allowed.
Man, listen. He's gotta stop his nonsense.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This is our podcast about many things, but everything pop culture and beyond.
And no Scott Steiners allowed.
No, because look, he's so loud. He doesn't understand. He thinks his math is always right. So, did you imagine going to dinner with that guy and trying to split the bill?
Oh,
and he's
God.
like, I need you to pay 1/3 and 33%. And I was just standing there like, listen, we can't do this.
I got this. Don't worry about it.
I don't have a calculator in my phone.
I know your ass is broke.
And he's like, what you talking about? I got Shoney's restaurant. You want to come there? And we have the biggest porterhouse steak. Oh, look, listen, Scott, please stop. Relax. I respect you. You don't need to wear the chainmail in public, please. Although, you know what? Well, I would say 10 years ago, he could get away with it. Now it's kind of creepy. So how you doing, Mark?
Good. We just finished WrestleMania. Wrestling Babble. I'm watching WrestleMania 2000, so I'm seeing some random shit. Like I just said, I am cocked, locked, and ready to explode. It's hilarious. And Kat, Val Venus, and then is Kat versus Terry Reynolds, and Kat is like seeing like she's pretty much wearing a full like fishnet outfit.
Oh my goodness, yeah, WWE back in the 90s. Was that the 90s or was that even 2000?
It's 2000. WrestleMania 2000.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah. It's been a great week. You just told me about the whole Devil May Cry thing, so I'm actually gotta make sure it's downloaded onto my game. I'm definitely gonna play it. I'll probably go back and try to finish it on the Devil May Cry mode.
Which one is that?
The Son of Sparta one. The Son of Sparta. I think it's the first difficulty thing you unlock when you finish it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've been playing on that one. It's pretty difficult when you get like towards the last few.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's not too bad.
Virgil,
you just have way more health.
Yeah.
The one when you're still Dante is kind of tough because you can't just catch him out of the air. Yeah. Like you can with Nero, so yeah.
Yeah, I found that Nero was easier than Dante's.
Mm-hmm. He just wastes. He has like so much fewer moves.
Yeah.
So he's stronger. Technically he's not, because Dante has everything in the kitchen sink, but because Nero's character has such a smaller move list, they make the moves and grabs he has and stuff do so much more damage.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how they balance them out. And yeah, you beat the hell out of Verse. So that's pretty good. But they added recently, as of April Fools this year, was called Bloody Palace, which they had a trailer for, and they said it was coming in April, but they didn't say exactly when.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a pretty good surprise to have because it's free. Also, it was April Fools, and we thought it was fake, but it was. I saw the PlayStation official trailer for it. I was like, what is this? They don't seem to be playing some type of April Fool's joke. So I watched it and I was like, oh, it's out now. I'm like, what? Okay, good stuff. And I can confirm it is probably the best version of the Bloody Palace they've had. It's not really the most colorful backgrounds, because it is basically like the hell parts from the game, not really the city structures and whatnot. I think maybe if I would have had one change for it, would be to have some of the more urban environments for like some of the stages, but like not just the deformed versions of them, because when you play like the ruined cities in Nero's part, they kind of look cool because they kind of still retain the, like, especially the first part where you fight the demons the first time with the glowing lights and all the neon signs and stuff in the street, and it's all raining and stuff. Like if they had that as a section for the Bloody Palace, because it's pretty flat, that probably would be more appealing. So that's my only gripe, is that the stage that you do get isn't the most appealing. But other than that, you get to play the game, and that's that's really all you want to do anyway, right? Just do ridiculous stuff, and it lets you do that.
Cool.
And you get special cutscenes at the end too.
Yeah.
They're not really like long or anything, so you might get spoiled online because they're probably like 5 seconds long. But like you get like a special scene for each character. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. That's cool. Like I definitely gotta make sure it downloads on my system. I'll check it out this week. Because I'm on vacation after today. Yay!
Okay, good stuff.
There's a WrestleMania weekend.
Ah, nice.
Yes, I always take it off. That's my vacation. It's WrestleMania weekend. If I'm going to it or just staying home, I'll just have people over and shit.
Nice. And we're going to take a little break right here just to remind you to follow us on Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, also on SoundCloud. What we do is we have this podcast, the Icky Spit Right Swear podcast. We also have the Wrestling Babble podcast that's hosted by Merc with the Mic, who's a frequent guest on my show. And that should be on Merc with the Mic on SoundCloud. We post those on YouTube as well. So you can check the Merc with the Mic podcast out on his YouTube channel, which is also Merc with the Mic. And also you can catch the It Gets Better I Swear podcast, as well as the various other playthroughs on the RedCycloneInc YouTube channel. Thank you.
Yeah, Borderlands 3 got finally a release date. Well, I thought they would just give the release date when they showed it at PAX East, but they took a little bit and then they showed the release date. So I was just like, okay, whatever. But September 13th will be the date. And Microsoft already hinted that it's going to be cross-platform. So basically, PC and Microsoft, you will be play with each other. PlayStation's like, we don't want to play with you.
Still doing that.
I think it should be. I think they should just allow it, because I think it just broadens the game more. You could get players from other systems. Like not everyone has PS4. They have an Xbox. You can still play your friends even if they have an Xbox and shit.
For sure.
So I think it's cool. It looks really cool. The characters look alright. They're not as unique as the older ones, I'll say, but they look good. Looks fun. I always liked the Borderlands. It was always a fun game to just pick up and play. It's a fun co-op game, so if you have a good amount of friends to play, like good friends to play with, it makes the game a lot more fun because you try cracking jokes and just having a good time. But it is possible to play by yourself, but it's not as good as when you play by yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if this is what engine this is on too. I don't know, if they're on Unreal 4 or whatnot.
I think they're still using the Unreal Engine, but
because the thing I know about the other one was like that I see in this one is it just seems that the tech hasn't upgraded.
Yeah.
Because of the way it's cel shaded, it doesn't really look that much different from 2.
Yeah.
2 HD rather.
Like I said, like last week's show, I hope they really just go with the massive characters on screen and things like that. So it for what it looks like, it pays off, I guess.
Yeah. and I know there's not really been a breakdown of the systems that are new, so I'm very interested to know exactly what's different about this one.
I think you're gonna start seeing it little by little, little by little throughout the months.
I was just thinking about it. It's this year, and it's supposed to be September. That's actually really soon.
Yeah.
And so they should start breaking down the characters and stuff soon. Cause I usually, that's the other thing as well. I think they have the voices and stuff out there early, so you get to know who the people are who are voicing the characters and whatnot this time around. Because I remember last time it was a big deal that Ashley Birch was in there because she was a popular online personality, and she was voicing Tiny Tina in 2.
Okay.
So like I want to know if they're gonna have anybody, like doing some voices. Maybe is Nolan North in this game? I want to know if Nolan North is doing a Nolan North Borderlands voice or something.
So they have 3 tiers of the game to buy. They have the basic standard edition, which will be $59.99.
Mm-hmm.
They have the Borderlands Deluxe edition, which will run for $79.99. And then they have the Super Deluxe edition that will be running for $100. And then I think there's one big collector's edition that's only available in GameStop and 2K store for $249.99.
I assume that one comes with a statue.
Most likely.
Okay.
I remember I actually got the second one, Borderlands 2's big collector's edition, and it was a big loot box.
Yes.
It was the actual loot box, and it had a bobblehead and a bunch of other things, plus the season pass and all.
Could you put anything inside of it?
Yeah, it was actually a box. Like you could put shit inside the loot box. Yeah.
Oh, was it sturdy and it?
It was like plastic.
Was it bad? I was about to ask.
It was like a hard plastic, but it was nice. It looked cool. It looked really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I had that one. I was working at GameStop at the time, so I got it. Mine's really cheap.
I do remember they would go. Yeah. Things like that do go on sale, like years later.
Yeah, if it's like just stock in the store, and it will go down.
That's true. But I wonder, see, they've already got 4 editions. What's the difference between the 2 and the 3? Like, I'm not getting the statue, but I'd like to know about the second and third one now. What's that?
I'll tell you right now.
Are they characters? Because I do know from what again, this is going off of Borderlands 2. That's all I know in pre-sequel. Because 1, they did not do DLC characters. Yeah. But in Borderlands 2, they did.
Yeah, they have.
So I want to know if they're going to do DLC characters.
Right, so standard edition, they'll give nothing, but they already have a pre-order. The pre-order is golden weapon skins. So if you pre-order this for any version of it, you get the golden weapon skins. Standard edition, basically the same shit, regular shit. The deluxe edition, which is the $79.99 one, comes with the retro cosmetic pack for Vault Hunters, head skin, Echo Divin skin, and weapon skins. Neon cosmetics, so 2 costume packs, Gearbox costume pack, so there's 3 costume packs, Toy Box weapon pack, and XP and loot drop bonus mods.
Okay, so it seems like it's mostly cosmetic stuff.
And then the Super Deluxe Edition will get you, it was $100. It will get you everything that was said before, but the Butt Stallion weapon skin, weapon turret, and the grenade mod. You get all the 4 campaign DLC packs featuring. So that would be pretty much the season pass.
That's the season pass.
So everything that that was in it before, this also comes with the season pass.
See, that's the one, because that's also the thing that they are known for since 2 is a season pass, because I think there were 3 DLCs.
Yes, they were.
So, okay.
And then the big $250 one. It comes with the diamond loot chest replica. So it's actually like the loot chest. It's actually a real loot chest. Featuring a functional reactor lid. This chest is perfect for storing your real life loot. Borderlands 3 character figurines. make room for on your shelf or for food. So basically, it's coming with figurines.
Mhm.
Sanctuary 3 snap model. So
Sanctuary is usually like the home base they have.
yeah,
Okay.
so it's like a snap model. Vault keys, you get 4 of them. All the other ones before, like the cosmetics stuff, you get an art book, you get a cloth map, a galaxy map, and you get the Borderlands 3 steel case book.
Okay. All right.
Everything you get.
Nice. So
I'm not
if you
spending
really want
$250.
no, but if you really want that loot box, there you go.
Yeah,
It's
the
back.
loot boxes are cool though. Like
And
it
works. I like it because at least this time it's so dumb it works.
Yeah.
It's literally a functioning one now.
Like if I go through my boxes, if I find the Borderlands 2 one, I'll take a picture of it so you can see it.
Okay.
It's actually a loot box. It's pretty sizable too. It's like 3 feet and wide.
Like, what could you put in it? Like a pair of sneakers?
Everything. You can put sneakers. You can fit a lot of things in it. Like I had my paperwork and all that shit in there and things like that. So yeah, you can fit a good amount of stuff in there.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So let's see. After I spend the $300 on Mortal Kombat, I'll think about it.
This is true.
Yeah.
They have to win you over.
I'm still a little dreading it. But I'm like, yeah, I'm getting it. Because I already paid half of it already. So I'm like...
Oh, so did you get to see your new character then?
No, I did not.
Oh, she looks really cool. I don't exactly know what her name is because I didn't actually see the reveal. I saw her, shout out to Unruly. That's one of the guys from Yo Video Games. And he was like doing a reaction of he was doing like a breakdown too of like her moveset and whatnot.
Okay.
But she looks like she's supposed to be the spirit of the earth because she has, I think, 4 elements. It looks like she has wind as well. I don't know about heart. You know what I'm saying? So she's made out of stone. She commands water, ice, stone, and plants. And she has a solar beam.
Okay.
And I think she could her EX moves. I think one of the rocks can drop from the sky and it's on fire. I think it is. So she's got a really ridiculous moveset, but it's really cool because it's mostly based on just elemental stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find who she is because she was beating up on Jade. Cetrion. I think that's how you pronounce it. Cetrion. And you know what it is? Somebody made a really good comparison to what exactly it looks like they took inspiration from, and you would know because you played Injustice and Injustice. You played Injustice too, right? Yeah. So, Poison Ivy.
So plays like Poison Ivy.
Yeah, she has a vibe like that. They took the tech from Poison Ivy, and this is what we have now in MK. Yeah. So, Scott Steiner does not like me talking about Mortal Kombat and not him.
Yeah, Scott Steiner's oh man. So they have Sonic leak footage somewhere. Go see it. Tell me what it's like. I really don't want to watch it. I'm scared for the movie, to be honest, because
yeah, me too.
I want to like this movie because I love Sonic.
But you know what?
I love Sonic.
Here's the thing. I think that's not gonna happen with that movie. They're not gonna go full Sonic, and that's why it won't be good. Because I think with any of this stuff, you have to go all the way. Yeah. Like if they ever make a CG Mario movie, it can't be half-assed. It has to be he's exactly like he is from the game. Yeah. And I think that's the only way to pull these things off. And because they decided to make their own weird thing, it's not gonna fly, Yeah. But maybe they'll find an audience with kids because kids don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, hey, look, he's naked.
Because you know what? It's funny. That's true. What is funny that we remember Sonic because we have nostalgia for the character, but half these kids only remember him from like the last or maybe his worst game. Like I know there are people that only knows that new Sonic first from like Sonic 06, and that's bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that will honestly make you not be a fan of Sonic.
And then so you get to see the worst. Like you get to see what was that really bad Shadow game with the guns?
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah, and you see like you. I mean, if you see. Oh, really? That was. It didn't have a subtitle at all, did it?
No,
Damn.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, like, yeah, if that's how you saw Sonic, you don't really have a reverence for him. So you think he always sucks.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But then a beautiful, magical game called Sonic Mania came out.
Yeah, and I just hope enough of those youngins played it so they can scream and cry.
Yeah. And you know what? Not for nothing. Sonic Generations was great.
Okay. Wasn't there a second one too?
That wasn't it.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh,
yeah. He just, and honestly, the old Sonic just appeared to it. It wasn't a Generations 2. Everyone thought it was gonna be a Generations 2 because you saw the old Sonic, but it wasn't. That was the last one, Sonic Forces.
Now, can you tell me? Did you get into that system, the customization system?
Yeah, I made Doom. I made my cat Doom.
Oh, so well, at least you had something to do with it. But
Yeah.
did you think it was especially good or no?
It was okay. It was nothing special. It was very generic. Yeah, you couldn't do.
I was gonna ask because of that. Isn't that your main character in the story as well?
Yeah, you play as Sonic a little bit, but you play as that character more.
And so, did you feel attached to it? Like, was it a good enough story, or was it like, I can't?
It was alright. Like pretty much, Sonic just left everything on you, which was kind of fucked up. I'm like, yo, really? You're the freedom fighter. I just came to scene, and you want me to do everything.
Oh shit, that's funny. So, okay, in the pantheon of Sonic games, would you recommend that one to somebody or no?
For as cheap as it is now, yeah, why not?
Okay.
But for full retail, actually, the full retail price was $40 anyway. So it depends.
Oh, gotcha.
Depends on how you take it. But it was an okay game. The story was kind of not really there for me. I wish the story was better. Like going from that to Sonic Generations was a lot better. I understood the story more, and the fact that I love Pudgy Sonic. So,
gotcha. Yeah, I could definitely understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, listen, that didn't stop it because I know there's still more Sonic games coming out. I think there's supposed to be another one soon, actually. And they did announce that there will be another Sonic All Stars racing game. So
yeah,
I'm actually looking forward to that one.
Actually, what saddens me about that game is not Sega All Star Racing game no more. It's Sonic's racing game.
Wait a second.
So it's going to be more of the Sonic characters and shit in the game, not a lot of the Sega people.
I don't know how I feel about that, man.
I was a little disappointed with that too, and I'm like, man, you took away one of my favorite features of it. You saw random characters that you never seen before.
Yeah, didn't the second one have Gilius Thunderhead from Golden Axe?
Yes, and then it had Beat from Jet Set Radio. It had Aqua, and Jackie had a car, and Crazy Taxi was in it, and things like that. So it was like,
man, you know what's becoming the sad apparent fact about Sega is that slowly Virtua Fighter is being erased from existence.
That's sad. That was it.
No recognition.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably one of the better and more technical 3D fighters out there.
Yeah.
And it never really got its respect because it's too hard.
Yeah.
Like Virtua Fighter 5 is hard to get into because it's like the ceiling is super high.
Yeah.
And dudes just mastered the most frame perfect stuff. It is like, it's the thing that it's one of the reasons why people don't like Street Fighter, because it's like the ceiling doesn't feel that high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like it feels like it's easy. You don't need too much skill to get that good. And it's like, but I guess maybe that's just how it is. If you can't, apparently people are saying that the trend towards the easy game accessibility is to make games easier. How do you feel about that? Because
I like a challenge. I don't want games to be that easy. If I could just finish it within a couple hours, I'll lose interest in it fast. and it's most likely if they make a sequel of it, I won't buy it. So it's more I want to play the game and not be stressed out in a certain way, but I do like the challenge enough for me to learn how to adapt to the situation.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird that some games, I think, when you break them down to the fundamental ways that they're made and the systems in play, I think some games can benefit from an easy mode, because there was a discussion about Sekiro and the separation from that game and Souls games, and it's like the argument to make that game easier makes more sense than a Souls game, because there are no systems in place for you to become stronger through leveling up, which means you can't bang your head against something and still get stronger.
Yeah.
If you're bad at a game and there's no difficulty to make it easier for you, and there's nothing to like slowly help edge you over the curve, and you just can't figure it out, then you will never get past it.
Yeah.
And so I think about that, and it goes, on one hand, that I don't know how that works when you make something. I wonder how a game developer feels about that, is what I'm saying. When you map out a game in your mind the way you want it to play, if the game never had a difficulty in mind for it to be lowered, that's not how your game's supposed to work, right?
No.
So then I wonder, is that going against your fundamental design when people make the game easier, like put it in easy mode?
I feel like that's
changes.
the same boat that the first Ninja Gaiden was in.
Ah, okay.
Like everyone was like, "Oh, how difficult the game is!" It didn't have an easy mode. And then when they made part 2, a lot of people bitched that there was easy mode.
Really?
But even their easy mode wasn't easy mode. Their easy mode was like not so hard mode, because it still was challenging. You still had to get your parries and counters down pat before you go further into the game. And that's the thing that Sekiro, I think, it makes you learn the mechanics of the game. Like you need to really learn the mechanics of the game. You can't just walk through and be like, oh, okay, and they'll eventually teach you. No, you gotta look at your environment. You gotta look at the controller and really establish what should I do in situations and shit like that. The game makes you think.
Yeah, I just really wonder, because I could see it. Like I said, again, I can agree with that.
If they do an easy mode, it'll just be like you could take out the enemies slightly easier, and they're not as aware as they are.
Yeah, and that
and
game,
I think that's what will do it. I think that's what will happen if they make it an easier mode, is the fact that enemies won't be aware, so it'll be probably slightly easier to sneak up on them. They'll probably die faster. Like you probably, like, instead of taking like 10 hits, it'll take 5 hits and things like that. But then again, it depends on how you play the game too. If you're casually playing a game and just want to just finish the game for the story and everything like that, then that mode is more there for you in that sense, that you are not a heavy gamer, but you just want to play the game because you like the story or what you want into. But it's all about how you take it too.
Because the reason I was saying I think it's a good thing at the end of the day is because realistically, sometimes people do get intimidated by the reputation of a game. That's kind of why I don't like when people call games Souls games, just because it's made by From Software.
Yeah.
Because that instantly puts a picture in your head. Oh fuck, I gotta do this. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Oh god.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like when that the games media does that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think at the end of the day, an easier difficulty being added, specifically for stuff like Sekiro that don't have level building and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's like that does make sense, because in an RPG, there's no easy mode in RPGs.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, not all, but like this Kingdom Hearts recently, that one had one.
No. I don't mean action RPGs, because that's still having full control. I mean like old school, like Final Fantasy and Dragon Warrior and stuff.
Yeah, they don't have one.
Like because the game's challenge is made for you to even if you fail in those games, you can still slowly progress.
Yeah, you can just go back and build up and shit.
Yeah, so there's like the easy mode is you going back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it makes sense. But this one, you can't really go back and still get stronger. You have to learn. So I get it.
And also, it's a single player game.
Yes. Yeah.
Like it's your doing and your choice if you want to play on easy mode or not.
Mhm.
Like it's single player. You you going to fuck you? Are you playing the game? No, I'm playing the game.
Exactly. Somebody
Like it's not an online game or anything like that. It's a single player game. It's your single adventure, so you play the way you want to play.
Yeah, don't let somebody else's experience dictate how you have to play a game.
Yeah, but yeah, Sekiro looks like a game that you really have to like think before you go.
This is true.
Yeah.
100%.
Like I said, like you said on the past cast, it's not a Souls game. It's a Tenchu game.
Mm-hmm.
Play Tenchu, then you understand the game more, the mechanics a lot more than if you play this Dark Souls game and going into that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I've been saying that to a lot of people too, and I was like, "Yo, that's something that you brought up in the past cast," and I was like, "That's the most simplest shit like that. Don't take it as a Souls game. Take it as a Tenchu game. If you ever play Tenchu, then you play like that.
Yeah,
it's a lot more stuff. It's a lot more thinking about your approach and things like that, and using the surroundings around you to move around and shit like that. It's not like you're gonna go and directly attack the biggest thing. No, you're gonna take your time." Kill off everyone around and then strategize of how you're gonna take that big one out.
Yeah, and the unfortunate part of some of the video games, and I guess some of the lack of From's ability to explain a lot of things.
Yeah,
some things people think you aren't supposed to do that you can do because they think, oh, that's not supposed to work that way, or I'm abusing the game by doing this.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you, when it comes to games that don't hesitate to make the enemies have an even playing field, you're never supposed to feel bad about cheesing out an enemy.
Yeah.
And so there's a specific things that I see that people get involved. Like there's a specific boss, and I constantly hear that, oh man, he's surrounded by like 7 guys. But here's the thing about that boss, as if you, and this is the opposite of what the game teaches you. It teaches you to be stealthy, right? Or be quiet. But if you throw a ninja star at one of the guys in front of the main boss, they just start bugging out. But none of the other guys bug out.
Yeah.
And I think that's partially by design, but I also think it's from not that being good at making a stealth game, because it's just kind of the system being broken.
Yeah.
You know how I'll explain it to you how it looks in the game and how it should work in real life. If I throw a ninja star at the guy standing in front of you, and you see that, you should come running.
Yeah.
But in the game, the guy behind him, his field of vision stops short of the guy in front of him. So I could throw a ninja star, hit the guy in front of him, and only pull the one enemy. And people don't realize that the game is a little less polished than they think. I'll just put it that way. It's still a little janky, is what I like to put about it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like some of how Tenchu is. There's some really janky stuff you could do. You can end up going in front of the cone of some enemies, so that you can literally be standing, as long as you're standing right on top of them, in front of them.
Yeah.
The cone doesn't start until like a few pixels behind their eyes, maybe. I mean, in front of their eyes. So you can fit your head in between that spot and literally stand in front of an enemy and not be seen.
Okay.
Just because of how janky the game is.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about Tenchu stuff, not this game. But like, it's still a video game. People, they take it too damn serious.
Yeah. Everything gets taken too seriously. Shit.
No.
We wrestling fans, we know how fucking things were taken way too seriously for no reason at all.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of funny because they're trying to go at it from these technical levels. It's like, dude, the guard's hitbox is just like over there. And his eyes can't do that because he's a piece of, code or something. Like, come on, dude. Relax. Don't end your life because you can't beat this one game. Just cheese it out. Swallow your pride. Stop that. We're not all trying to be big name streamers. Come on, man. We're not being held accountable to Twitch standards.
Yeah. And I don't care.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Like, so cut it out.
Yeah, like I feel like some people, like especially if you're streaming and shit like that, just play the game you play. You're not good. You're not good. You get better at it while you play.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Yep.
Not supposed to get through it in one try. Otherwise, people would scream it's too easy. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always one or the other.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into Anthem because that story was crazy.
That's unfortunate, and at least now we know, like officially, I guess.
Yeah.
What went wrong?
A lot of things.
Yeah. So there's different places reporting it. I'm checking out Kotaku, but I also saw it on places like Angry. Like there's a few YouTubers. This guy Young
Yeah.
that he does like these really dry but informative videos. And I mean, if he has a kind of a monotone voice, but he's strictly the facts. So that's kind of why I sit there and just go like, okay, I just want to hear this for what it is, not really your opinion so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Angry Joe. You know, he'll give them shit if something's bad. So I got to hear different opinions about it, and both of them tell what actually happened. And so now I'm gonna read this Kotaku article and give like the basic gist of what's going on.
Yeah.
So apparently in June of 2017 is when the actual game of Anthem was a real thing. So EA has somehow finagled this trailer of a game that they wanted BioWare to make, but they had never told BioWare exactly what it was they were making. And so at that point, it ended up being that BioWare found out the same day that everybody else in the world who saw that trailer saw it. That's when they found out what they were supposed to make. But so that's 2017. It's 2019. This game was in development for 6 years. So technically that means, was it 3 years prior? 4 years prior. That would be 2013, I guess. Damn. So 2014, I guess this game goes in development, is being conceptualized.
Yeah.
And up to that point, nobody knows what the game is.
That's fucked up.
Because, like I said, at the point when everybody found out what the game was at E3, that's when BioWare, and I guess the story says that's when they got into gear on making the game, because that's when they knew what they were supposed to make. So, you know, people in the gaming press and everything knew the name Anthem since, I guess, 2014. But nobody who was actually making the game, nor EA, up until 2017 even knew what the fuck it was.
That's fucking crazy.
So that's one of the reasons why things were so screwed up, was because apparently that team, that BioWare, only had they said a year and a half to make Anthem, and the groundwork that they had prior was not that. And then you had mentioned one part where they said they had to take the flying out.
Yeah.
And then when they had to show it off what they had, you know, what they were working on, they didn't have anything, so they had to put the flying back in. And then that was the thing that EA fell in love with. And so I guess when we got that trailer, that's what it's funny, because it's basically both sides not discussing what they want.
Yeah.
And so I guess the initial groundwork of the flying was what drew EA in.
Yeah.
And so that's why we got that trailer. But damn, what does that even mean? Like, who made that? That's my real question, was like, can I get the name of the artist and stuff that made that trailer? Like, fuck, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
But it wasn't what we were gonna get ever. And so basically that's why Anthem is a dumpster fire. That's why that still doesn't explain a lot of the decisions, though. It doesn't explain why they took out all the content.
I don't know.
Like
There's a lot more issues that go into play within the company and how they're being treated and people
that's the
freaking
other stuff
going
too.
like that. It's crazy and how much shit they had to go through to make this game, and the fact that again they had less time than what you thought to make this game.
And that's when you talk about the treatment.
Yeah,
That crunch time again. Crunch. That's that term you keep hearing in the games industry. That was forced upon BioWare by EA, but also see, this is the thing that is their fault as well. They did not have a clear vision before that, and they never went back and forth with EA on it. So for all those years, they had nothing concrete.
yeah. They didn't have, and then the guy left. One of the main faces
Yeah, the
of
main ones
Fire
from
Force that had a
old-
voice.
Yeah, old BioWare. Yes, Casey Hudson. Yeah, and they said when he showed up, that's when things were getting done because he had the leadership skills.
Yeah,
But again, before him, they didn't have anything done.
yeah.
They didn't have anything concrete done, and that's like, at that point, you can't excuse them either. But because of the crunch, the people were falling apart, and that's the bad part. Is that there was people like just depressed, people crying in closets. There's one real like quote they put out there, was just like they had a shame closet. Basically, that's terrible, dude. And it was just like people were literally breaking down because they were stressed the fuck out.
Yeah, I'll do it.
But like, what? And I guess you can't blame the people who were doing the actual work, like the artists and stuff, because they were just doing what they were told. But that makes you wonder, okay, this game had a producer,
I
it has
think
an executive producers.
Yeah,
Who
I
was
think
in
there's a big
charge?
hand. I think there's a big hand of people to blame for this, and there is lack of leadership. There's a lack of things, but whose fault is that for the lack of leadership? That's the company's fault for not hiring someone that had leadership. Then you go into the other things that happen with the stress and working out and things like that. That's something that management has to control and be more precise with it. If they didn't, they should have complained about it. They should have went to the HR about it and things like that. You know. There's a lot of things there's a lot of things in this that I say it's the blame on both companies.
Yeah, it's weird.
And then the one person that really had control of things, he was like, I'm not. He probably saw what the shit was happening, and he was like, yeah, I ain't deal with the shit. And that's.
And then there's the actual really bad part of the story, that this is one of the things that you can really blame EA for, was that the Frostbite engine apparently was hell to work with.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be their main engine, but here's the kicker: it's made for first-person shooters.
Yeah.
And so, trying to get it to do what they needed it to do to make Anthem was not going to happen.
Well, what I was just listening to on the Kind of Funny cast, they were talking about, like, they had specialists of the Frostbite engine come in and then leave. They never stood to see the outcome of the game, or they never came back to it. They came back to show it, and then that was it. And then the Frostbite engine was when those guys they needed those guys for FIFA, because FIFA uses the Frostbite engine. Same thing with Madden. They went to there because that's the game. That game is the more profitable one.
So again, who do you blame for that one? Like, you
That's
gotta blame
EA.
EA. That's what I'm saying. You gotta blame the parent company for that. Like, you can't just have this multi-million-dollar project and just leave it high and dry.
Yeah.
When you know they don't have the capability to do what you want without those experts helping them.
Yeah.
Just, you hear all types of stupidity like that, but that's a leadership role. Who was giving out those shots? Who was calling those shots? And like, that's the person that needs to have their name put out there, because they fucked up.
Yeah.
There needs to be accountability, because listen, the thing, my problem is, every time we get a scandal or some bullshit happens in the games industry, you usually only hear about a few of the people, and then they're usually not the culprits.
Yeah.
Because it's usually some suit that's making the shots, and it's never like this. You know, you hear the joke about the CEO. I think his name is Bobby Kotick, and it's like, yeah, he's a CEO, but he's not making the calls on every game.
No, there's branches of people that make those calls.
And so, you know, there's people below him making calls, but you never hear their names when they fuck up. But you always hear, oh, this studio got closed down. Remember, EA, what was it, last week? They shut some studios down, something like that. They laid off like 300 people. So what? Why are people getting laid off? We need to have some accountability, right? Because that's not, can't just be, oh man, bad sales, so Frostbite doesn't work with this, somebody withdrew the talented people who were working to help them. I wonder who withdrew them. Somebody had to make the call. Like, again, there's just a lot of mysteries and a lot of people that are getting spared from, you know, whoever was actually in charge. They need to be out there, because every time you just hear EA, who the hell, who's Mr. EA?
Yeah,
so I can kick his ass or tell him he sucks. You know what I mean? Like, let's stop shouting at this faceless corporation and get these people's names out there. Stop your dirt. We want some good products. Stop conning people out of money.
Yeah.
Jeez. Or raising expectations. We were talking to a friend of the show, Jinkies, the sandwiches on the bike, and he was hyped up for the game because of that 2017 trailer as well. And he bought the game. He bought the deluxe edition, everything. Like, he bought all in, and he got lied to. That sucks, dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know, there was a big thing with Mass Effect Andromeda that I knew there was something wrong with it, was when they first showed it in E3.
Oh, okay.
There was something about the game I didn't like, and I was just like, yo, it doesn't feel like Mass Effect for some reason. Like, I just don't feel it the way I felt with other. Like, remember the first games, when they first showed the trailers, they showed the characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They showed the personalities. They showed, and then you went into the missions and stuff like that, but it kind of showed a story before they showed anything else. This one, it just went to straight gameplay, but had no story. Which random mission against a random monster. The two people that was teaming with you were very generic, so it was nothing really special. Like, part 2 was fucking Garrus and Miranda.
Yes.
Miranda being fucking Sarah Walker from Chuck. I was sold by that. Yeah, so it's things like that it's like a night and day kind of thing, especially when they show that. BioWare, I'm sad because I love a lot of BioWare games, and now it's just like, I don't trust them.
Yeah, they're not the same. The people are all gone. That's it.
Yeah. Best thing to do, BioWare, do what Bungie did. Leave.
Yeah. Now, they're not doing right by you if you don't make a first-person shooter the way they want, or what you mean, like by Bungie, the way they want, or if you don't make a sports game that makes them a lot of money, they really don't care.
Yeah.
It seems.
Yeah. If you don't have no microtransactions with the Ultimate Team cards and shit, they don't really care about your game. They care about, because FIFA is $1 billion game. They're gonna make a lot of money off that game. So their focus would be on that than Anthem. Anthem was not. I feel like that game wasn't their. They were hoping, they're like, all right, maybe they'll still buy it and still make money, and it would be good. I don't think they put all their stuff in the basket, kind of thing.
But okay, I'll tell you what made me not get involved in Anthem was when it first the previews of what it was supposed to be was talked about.
Yeah,
like on social media, but like I heard Giant Bomb talk about it, and the number one thing that they kept saying, this is a multiplayer focused game.
Yeah,
this is not about story.
Yeah,
and then as the closer it got to the game coming out, that flipped, and they started to talk about the first person area.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a second. Before they said this game wasn't a story game. That's why I said I wasn't gonna buy it, because I like BioWare games for the story.
Yeah.
Not just for the gameplay, because I like the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. But let's not kid ourselves. That's not the best, team-based third-person multiplayer, like shooter type. I could play some way more refined stuff if that's the main section. And it seemed like Anthem was going in that direction. I'm like, I'll look at it. And then sure enough, they lied and they shoehorned it together because they didn't know what the hell they were actually going to do. And they were just trying to gauge people's, reception to things and trying to be like, oh wait, they don't like that. Oh, so we better change and say this so they like that. And that just threw me. That made me go, why are you doing that? Stick to your guns. If Anthem from the get-go, if they had known what they were doing and Anthem had came out as this loot-based shooter and it had tons of loot and tons of content and it was just like, fuck the story, you're just gonna shoot stuff all day and get loot, and it actually came out and it was just that, I probably would have played it.
Yeah.
But they lied to me, so fuck it.
Yeah.
So
on a higher note, I guess this I'll put this up. Reports are they are doing a live action Cowboy Bebop for Netflix.
oh yeah, I did see they at least got some of the cast out there.
They already got the John Cho as Spike.
As from Harold and Kumar fan.
John Cho, famous for Harold and Kumar Go to White Castles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got this guy, the villain from Luke Cage season 2. He's playing
Bushwhacker.
character.
Right? Was it Bushwhacker? No, he wasn't Bushwhacker. Bushwhacker's the guy from the
they're
Punisher.
getting a cast.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Bushmaster. Thank you.
Bushmaker.
No, Bushmaster.
You're right.
The beer. I
It
mean,
was
the drink.
Bushmaster.
Bushmaster.
Bushmaster. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So Netflix ordered 10 episodes. Should be debuting next year.
Oh, hopefully so.
Next year. And Avengers Endgame.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Breaking internet.
How about that? Scott Steiner seems impressed.
Breaking the internet. Interwebs. They're breaking. Yep. Honestly, if you try to get the pre-order sales started 2 days ago, and if you try to go on the line, they had up to 5-hour waits.
Man, that's incredible.
To get tickets for
crazy
Avengers
Endgame.
Endgame. I got my tickets. I got my tickets for Tuesday. I got my tickets for April 30th.
And when's the movie?
I didn't wait. No, I won when hype.
Oh, hold on. The robots got you. Say that again.
I think it's April 24th.
24th. Okay.
Yeah, April 24th, and I'm going to 30th on Tuesday, $5 Tuesday, and I got it for $5.
But you still have the pre-order, or you just go to the theater and get it?
Yeah, pre-order my tickets. Yeah, because now all the movie theaters are like selective seating, so you have to pick your seats.
Okay, understood.
It's not like you could just get a movie and like just pick up any. No, you have to buy a seat now.
Yeah.
Which I like that now.
Okay. Cool.
I do like that.
I mean, I hope it's good.
It's gonna. I have no doubt that it's gonna be good. It's long. It's gonna be 3 hours and 2 minutes.
Oh wow. Yeah, that is a bit.
Yep, and this is also said to be the last Stan Lee appearance.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, so
well,
we'll see what's going on. Endgame, end of this month.
I'll probably see it. I'll probably see it when it's on streaming or on DVD. That's usually what I do.
Yeah. Also, Shazam is next week. I'm actually looking forward to that movie.
I've heard pretty good positive things about it, and I
Me
also
too,
saw did you see the cool Mortal Kombat the part? I don't know if it was a trailer or if it was a specific WB thing because they own both companies. But there's like a little clip of him playing MK and he's beating somebody and then he closes his eyes and he's like, I'm not even looking, and you have to hear it say finish him. And he does a fatality without looking because he's got superpowers. So I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, I wonder if he'll be in the game. Oh, I doubt it.
That's all. Shazam. Well, I know they won't put Batman because the whole bloody and shit like that, but maybe they'll do Shazam.
Maybe. No, I'm just saying. Maybe.
I don't know, but it looks good. I'm excited. I'll have like a review for it next podcast.
Okay.
Because I'm seeing it next Tuesday.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, $5 Tuesday, man. $5 Tuesday. All AMC's.
Ah, got you. Is that a relatively new thing, or has that been for a while?
They've been from since last year.
Okay.
Every Tuesday, if you have an AMC card, a membership, they $5 Tuesdays every Tuesday.
Nice, gotcha.
And that's for any movie. Just come out and everything.
Okay, good stuff.
So I usually try to catch things on Tuesdays, and so I don't want to pay full money.
What is the price of a ticket nowadays?
$16.
Really? Damn, that's a lot.
$25 for 3D, $35 IMAX.
35.
IMAX is that. You know what? If I want IMAX, I'll just wait till the movie to come out like 4K Blu-ray, and I'll buy it.
Yeah, see, I understand that.
Yeah,
I understand that.
Because I got a nice 4K TV. I got a 55-inch. I'm good.
Good stuff.
Pete Rose.
Excuse
Good
me?
old Pete Rose. He's about to get tombstoned by Kane. Kane don't trust him in the chicken suit.
What? Why? Excuse me?
So, the Kane's just staring at the chicken. He don't like the chicken.
No, what was the purpose of the chicken?
Pete Rose was not allowed in to WrestleMania this year, so he dressed up as a chicken to get in. And Kane had like a little rivalry with Pete Rose 3 years before that. He tombstoned him every time he saw him.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a tradition for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
And Kane has a badass suit in WrestleMania 2000. He has the all black and red.
Yeah. Okay, I remember that.
Yeah.
All right.
So I guess
we're gonna wrap this one up. Got anything else?
Not yet. I've been playing baseball, so that's nothing special.
Well, I mean, do you like it?
Yeah, it's a fun game. It's more intuitive than the last year's version. Gameplay is a lot more better. They fixed a lot of those things. It's fun. It's fun to play. I picked up those.
What's the name again?
MLB The Show 19.
Oh, I don't know why. I do know why. You mentioned it earlier that it became official.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to report that Kurt Hawkins is trending on Twitter.
Yes. Kurt Hawkins.
Let's go, man. Come on.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be there tomorrow on Mets Day. WrestleMania Day from the Mets.
That's awesome.
He's a big Mets fan, so he's there.
Yeah, well, he's got the damn colors.
Yeah.
So
that's Major Brothers. You gotta have matching costumes.
Yes,
if you don't have matching costumes, you're not winning the match.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, that is all. Yeah, that's about it.
All right. So, thank you for listening. This has been another episode of the It Gets Better by Spirit podcast. Make sure you catch this podcast and all of our other podcasts on the RedCycloneInc YouTube channel. You can also catch our podcast and the Wrestling Babble on the RedCycloneInc page on SoundCloud. You can also catch us on our social media, which is RedCycloneInc on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And we also have a Tumblr and a WordPress, all RedCycloneInc. So no excuses. And Mark, where you at?
I'm home. No. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all Mark with the Mic, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Twitch TV, all Mark with the Mic. And yeah, follow everything we do, and always remember, follow Jenkins.
Oh, he got a bike.
He's going a little faster, so you gotta catch up.
He might catch up to you if he sees you with a sandwich.
Unless he sees a curve.
Oh man. Oh man. Gravity got a hold of him. Oh. Too many sandwiches. Too many sandwiches. All right, y'all.
He has a big ass wheeled bike and scared of curves, man.
Those sandwiches got him shook. Just
Love you, Jinkies.
take it easy out there. Thank goodness he's got a helmet.
Yeah, man. He needs padding everywhere else.
He needs a motocross suit. What's up? All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace out. Laters.